Hello friends, in this video we are going to see how we can set up a PHP development environment in Windows. I have one task from a client of mine to check the PHP program and make some modification to it. I have the PHP program and I also the sample files, but I do not know like how to make it running in my Windows and so that I can make the changes or review the existing code. So this video is all about like how we can set up develop environment. So first step, we will require PHP setup in our machine. So we can get it easily by getting the websites to it. So for example, if we go to the official link here, uh, which is the windows.php.net/download, we can see many different download options available. So I simply get and download the source code and I put it under the C drive of mine. So let me show you to you. So here in the C drive I create the PHP folder and put all the codes here, and to check whether the I have a source code installed or not, so I simply uh, open the terminal here and we will check out like what is the version install, and we can also check out like if PHP is installed or not. So to check that I simply type php/v for version, and yeah, it's giving me the latest 7.4.6. It's installed on my machine. So we have done for the one step. So for the next step we will require to install a XAMPP server. In order to run PHP in your machine, so there are various servers you can see or you can use. For example, one of them you can directly install the Apache. You can, I guess we can also do in the IIS also, but for the simplicity, I prefer XAMPP server. So XAMPP server internally has the many different modules. For example, it inbuilt has the Apache, it has the MySQL, it has the Tomcat, it has the FileZilla, and so on. Like we can customize it based on our needs. So to install a XAMPP server, you can simply Google it out, or you can go to the websites. For example, in this case, I go to the Apache Friends website and installed XAMPP server from here, Windows for the Windows, and upon the installation of it, let me show you fire up the XAMPP server. So there are a few cases like if the port 18 of your machine is occupied, it won't start the Apache server by default. So if I try to start Apache server, so it is giving up some error in my machine. Like uh, in some machine, like the port 80 is not occupied at all, so it won't give error. There are other options like we can change the port 80, like which is the default for the local host. But in this case, like I go ahead and stop the uh, current consumer of the port 18 so that it can be utilized by the Apache. So in order to do so, I simply open the services in my machine, and there is a one particular service which is utilizing this port 18, and if I'm correct, it's the www publishing service. So I just make it stop while I want to use the Apache in order to run the PHP, and let me try to start it again. And now it has started. We can test whether it is running by going to the local host, and here it is. So we see the Apache has started and it is showing up the default website. Now the next step is we need some code editor for modifying our PHP website. So I prefer using the VS Code. If you want VS Code, you can simply go to the code.visualstudio.com and download it. So Visual Studio Code uh, is the open source software from the Microsoft and contains many plugins available. For example, you can run many programming languages in there. Just need to install the plugin and you are good to go. Um, so I just download. You can just download from here, and you can modify the PHP code based on your file. And the last step is to test how the PHP file is working. So let me show you like what this program is containing about. So this program is to read a barcode from the uploaded file, and internally it used the pdf.co API. So pdf.co is a great API from ByteScout, and it helps you uh, with the PDF related functionality. For example, if you want to do something like merging PDF or getting the data from PDF and many more features, and also with the barcodes. So it provides all this stuff. You can check it out if you want. And here, if we open the source code, we see like it is containing of the two files. The one is the HTML file, and it contains like here the input for the API key for the pdf.co, and it also contains the option to select all the barcodes as well as the container for the uploading file, and then the submit. And upon the submit, form will post it to the read barcode from upload.php at here, and it will create the construct the API here, and it will call the API, get the response, and ultimately display the response in our HTML in HTML form, right? So to execute this file, so what we need to do, like by default, XAMPP server uh, has one folder like htdocs here, and this is the code we are seeing by default. For example, if we go to the browser and we go to the local host, so this all the websites are coming up from this htdocs. So in order to test my file, like what I can do, like I can create some folder here and put the code here, and if I route to this sample folder, I can see like I have the read barcode from PDF file here folder there, and if I simply navigate to the sample.html, so it is displaying me all the HTML, and you see like it is running from the Apache. So if I put my key here, okay, and let us API detect the type of the barcode, and if I choose any input QR code here, and if I proceed, so internally it should go to the pdf.co API. It should get the response and see like what is this barcode is all about. So here we got the response, like it is of the type QR code and it is containing the value of the byte scout. So this is it, how to set up a PHP development environment in your Windows machine. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for your time. Thank you.